this is my life. Just sitting here just getting peed on.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. We did it. Another year in the books. 2016 is dead and gone.
Yep. I don't know what else you want me to say about that.
I'm just as tired as I was a couple days ago.
It doesn't feel any different so far.
No,
It's going to be a good year, though.
Yeah.
We're obviously adding another member to our family and hopefully buying a house. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
So what you're saying is it's going to be more stressful than last year.
Well, it'll be good. Good stress, though. Like, we need more space.
Good stress.
Yeah.
You use that in the same sentence.
As in, good stress is stuff that's stressful, but it's a good end result.
Okay.
It's worth the pain of going through.
You are right. We need more space. And we got to make that happen sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have 2 bathrooms now.
Well, we've had 2 bathrooms for a while.
And, the one we have a bathroom attached to our kids' room that we keep the door locked so they can't go in there. And we started to stack things inside of that bathtub because
we're using it as storage.
We never
use that bathtub anyway.
No. I have to go in there every now and then and just flush the toilet. So like the water that's in it, because you don't use it.
It gets like stagnated because nobody ever goes in there because it's in the kids' room and the kids, they are potty training, but they have no need for their own bathroom.
Right. They just pee on the floor in our bathroom. Because that's a thing that nobody ever told me about is hey, when your kids start to potty train, they're just going to pee on the floor.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you didn't expect there to be accidents?
No, it's not that. It's like
boy, you sure were deceived.
Where, like Riley.
You're about like little boys?
Yeah,
specifically?
When he'll sit on the potty and then he pees out of it.
And one thing, like, he's realized that like, he likes to look down when he pees to see what's going on down there. So he'll
like my dad said in that one episode, something coming out of your body is an amazing thing.
Well, so like he'll kind of lean. I'm trying to like do it as I'm talking, lean away. Yeah. He like leans back, and when he does that, it kind of points up,
right,
and just out of the potty. And one thing we've noticed is little potties are not usually boy friendly.
Not at all.
Like, there's not, like, because they can't hold it yet. They just sit down and pee. And there needs to be, like, an edge or something to prevent it from just going straight on the floor. And he gets so excited when he pee-pees in the potty. And he's doing really well. I know everybody told me that boys are harder to potty train than girls. And so far, he's done better.
Yeah.
But he gets really excited. But he knows when it goes on the floor. And he'll say, Mommy, I pee-pee on the floor. But he was trying to pee-pee in the potty, so he knows he's not in trouble or anything.
Yeah.
And just recently, he started using the big potty.
It's kind of not fair. Like, if I'm using the bathroom, and like if I'm trying to pee in the toilet, and I pee on the floor by accident, I can get in trouble.
Yes, you most definitely will be in trouble.
Like, I've never peed on the floor, and then you come in and clean it up.
That crap's not happening. I'm not cleaning up your pee off the floor. You are a grown man. If you pee on the floor, you better clean that mess up. Probably before I find out about it.
I always do.
Anyway, as I was saying, Riley started using the big potty, and so I was like, okay, well, maybe it'll be better. Maybe the pee will stay in the potty. And I have to hold them when they're sitting on the big potty, because they will fall in.
Yeah.
They will fall in.
Bloop.
and so I like stand or sit right
Mommy!
in front of them, and I either just let them hold on to me or I hold on to them, something. So I'm sitting there I was sitting down on the floor because I was really tired, and I was holding him. So
when are you not really tired?
Yeah, never.
That's how you live your life now.
When I was holding him, and when he peed, it shot through the crack.
Yeah.
Like between the toilet and the seat. Mm-hmm. It shot straight through the crack and on me. And he thought it was hilarious. This is my life. Just sitting here just getting peed on.
That is going to be the sound clip of the week right there. I'm sorry. I find parts of the podcast to be funny, and I go, I'm going to put this spot at the beginning, like before the intro music. I'm telling you, that's the one. This is my life. Just sitting here getting peed on. That's great.
It is. He just laughed, and I was like, what are you going to do? I couldn't be mad at him.
Nah.
He peed in the body, or, was attempting to pee in the body.
So wrapping up 2015. 16. I don't know what year it is. Wait, it's 17 now, right? Wrapping up 2017.
No, we're just starting 2017.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm going to talk about what happened to wrap up 2016.
Oh, well, you said wrapping up 2017.
Oh, I don't know.
You said 15 first, then 17.
You know what? We're going to talk about something that happened a couple days ago. And for anybody that's listening to this currently, a few days ago was 2016. I don't get scared super easily, like startled. It happens. I don't get scared easily like you do. Like I can make
As in you don't have someone like you running around trying to scare you.
Maybe that's what it is.
Every day of your life.
Maybe that's what it is, but it doesn't happen too often. I don't get super scared. And, I had a near-death experience that probably would rank in the top 5 of the most scared I've ever been in my life. And when I say near-death experience...
So, but do you know, like, what number 1 is? Do you know, like, the moment you were the most scared this far in your entire life?
There's 2 of them. So I definitely have 3. One of them was when we were growing up, we had one bedroom that me and my sister had to share, but we had reached the age where it was kind of weird to have a boy and a girl in the same room, but my parents didn't have another room available. And my dad built things. Like he used to build storage buildings and stuff like that. So what he did was he was building a wall through the middle of our room. So instead of having one big room, we were going to have 2 small rooms. Mm-hmm. Well, he had it built, but didn't have the actual walls in it yet. It was framed up. Mm-hmm. And to separate the rooms, they put sheets on it. Well, I don't know what happened, but me and my sister, I want to say it was my sister, we walked over to the walls from the opposite sides of the room, so we didn't know we were there. And I don't know, something was like, touch the sheet. And when I touched the sheet, she was on the other side and did the exact same thing at the same time. And we touched hands.
Oh my gosh.
And I just about threw up on the floor because if something grabbed me, you know what I mean? It was, I don't even know. Like, that's all I remember about it. I remember something just told me, it was like, you need to touch this sheet. The sheet was like hanging and it was horrifying. Like, it was like if you watched it in a horror movie and you saw the little kid putting his hand to the sheet, in your mind, you'd be like, something's fixing to grab him.
Yeah.
Cause that's how it works in horror movies.
So that was your number 1?
No, I'm not saying it was my number 1. I'm saying I don't know.
At the top.
The other one was when my parents had bought a house. Now we actually did have our own rooms and it was normal size rooms. And we had a pool. And I think I told this story one time before, but I was out at the pool one night and one of my dad's friends, who was a butthole, climbed on top of the like changing area. Like we had a building that you go change to swim in the pool and it had a metal roof. And this was late at night and he starts banging on it. Bam, 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 rah! And I just sat down and cried because I thought a monster was getting me.
Oh, gosh.
I think I might have been 12, 13.
So you didn't know what was going on.
No,
you just heard.
All I know
you
is
were out there.
It was like 9:30 at night.
And you're like, something's going to get me.
And I didn't run.
Something is coming after me.
I didn't
right
run.
now.
I didn't scream. I just sat down Indian style on the sidewalk by the pool and cried. I was
so sad.
I was waiting for death. That's what was happening.
That's so sad.
But a few days ago, it happened again. Death was at my door, and it was scary. This happened at work, and I don't talk about work too often on the show, but, I was in my office, which is very small, and I was getting ready to leave. So I stand up and I grab my hoodie, and I go to put my hoodie on to leave.
To leave.
Like I feel
reasons that people would put on hoodies.
I feel nervous talking about it now. I was like, oh God. Well, when I put my head inside the hoodie, the power to the building that I'm in went out. I didn't know that because my head was inside of the hoodie. Now, this is the first thing that happens when the power goes out in a big box. Like when I say big box, I mean, that's what they call like a Walmart. It's not where I work, but big box industry. The power went out. So the air conditioner shut off. The computers stopped making noise. All the people, that were shopping stopped talking. So while my head was in my hoodie, I thought I couldn't hear anything because everything just went and there was no sound. So then I was like, oh God. And I pulled my head through the hoodie. And when I pulled my head out, it was pitch black and I couldn't see anything. And my heart dropped.
My gosh.
I was like, oh God, I'm having a stroke.
I'm blind.
All I know is I went to put the hoodie on, and by the time I got out, I couldn't hear anything.
So you are just casually just putting your hoodie on, ready to leave work, and then before you can pull your head out the other side, you can no longer hear or see anything.
I've lost my hearing. I've lost my sight.
So, I mean, power failure was not, obviously, not the first thing that came to your mind.
Not at all. Why? Like,
You thought... Oh my gosh.
The way that I process things when something like this happens, I was freaking out, but my brain was working on it. Fix it. We gotta fix it. And the only thing I could think was it happened when I put the hoodie on, so I came back out the hoodie.
You thought if you were having a stroke, that was gonna fix it. And we're just gonna reverse it. And we're gonna go back in time to pre-hoodie moments.
It's like that button on your computer where it's like, go back to this date before everything went wrong. Like, I know looking back on it now, it's how stupid it sounds. But in the moment when you're like, I'm dying, death is here, it has me by the throat, I can't hear, I can't see.
Just get the hoodie off.
It's like, this hoodie's got to come off, it's broken. And I think the power might have been out for 17 seconds. But in those 17 seconds, I thought about you, the kids, death.
Your life flashed before your eyes.
That horrible, horrible hoodie. But I get the hoodie off and it's on the ground at this point. Like, I don't care. I can't see anything because I think it was like 8 o'clock at night. So it was dark. Like, it was black in the room. Imagine like being in a closet and the power goes out while you're inside of a closet. That's how black it was. There was no light coming in from cracks of the door. None of that stuff was there. And I started hitting the walls. And then just as I did that, the power flickered just a little bit. And I went, oh, I could see for a second. And then it started to sink in. I was like, I think the power's out. I think the power's out. Then I reached and I found the door and the doorknob. You watch Seinfeld, right? Mm-hmm. What's the tall, linky guy? Kramer. You know how Kramer would come into the apartment? He'd like sling that door open and slide through. That's how my fat behind came out of that office. And there's like people standing around. But I don't think they really noticed like how fast I come barreling out of that office. And by the time I got out, the power comes back on and everybody's like, oh, what's going on? And I thought I was going to throw up. And my stomach hurt for like 20 minutes.
So, like, once you realized that it was just the power outage, like, did you feel silly for thinking that? Or were you just still recovering from panicking?
I was relieved. I felt no, like, embarrassment. Nothing. I was glad to be alive. I wanted to get on my knees and kiss the ground. Like, I was happy.
Oh my
You know what I mean?
goodness.
Like, I was happy. Legitimately happy. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. A lot of people go, when death comes, I'll be ready. I wasn't ready.
And it wasn't your time.
I almost peed on myself. Like, I was seconds away from screaming. Like, it was that bad. I think it might be number one on the scaredest I've ever been in my life. I think it might be number one. My heart got broken a little bit too.
What, when you thought you were almost dying?
No, that was almost a heart attack. The heartbreaking came a day or two later. It was a calm, cool night, December 31st, 2016. Now, we went to my parents for New Year's Eve, and we had fireworks, and New Year's Eve, my parents bought me and a couple other guys in the family superhero helicopters. I'm 31 years old, and my mom and dad got me a Batman helicopter.
Your dad got one too.
And I love it. So, just put it out there. I love it. But I had a hard time getting it to fly right. But you, like, was it 2 Christmases ago?
Yeah.
You actually got me a helicopter. Not like a big one, but like a little one with a remote control.
For real helicopter. We have a helipad on top of our little tiny apartment.
Yeah, they keep knocking on the door asking us what it's about. And I'm like, I don't know who put that there. So I decided to take it over to my parents' house, and we were going to fly it in the yard, and it didn't turn out so well. It was, about 10 o'clock, maybe?
No, it was later than that because we were all doing fireworks while you were playing with your helicopter.
Well, I went in, I got the helicopter, and then I came out in the yard, and right behind the porch is where my brother parks his truck, and I put it on the hood. And my dad's there, my brother's there, my mom's there. And I flew it a little bit, and it worked really well, except for the last time. I hit the up button, and the helicopter went up, and then I let go of the up button, and the helicopter kept going up. And I went, oh no, And then the helicopter went up some more. And I was like, it's not coming down. And my dad goes, what do you mean? And I was like, I've got the controller off and this helicopter is going up.
And at that point, you got everybody's attention.
Yeah, because I'm screaming.
Yeah, you were really freaking out. And then we all just sit and watch.
It is dark and it had a headlight and you could see it and the helicopter left.
We just all watched it just fly away.
It flew away. Now, as it started to head towards the front yard, and at this point, it's a good 200 feet in the air. My brain said, well, it's only got a flight time of 5 to 7 minutes, so I'm going to chase it until the battery dies, and it'll come down, and I'll get it. No problem. I got it. Well, I start running down the sidewalk, or down the driveway, but one thing I didn't take into consideration was the helicopter wasn't going to stay on the path of the road. It went over the road, over the neighbor's house, and continued to go up in the air. At this point, I think I don't know if this is an exaggeration, but it looked to be thousands of feet up in the air. It was really, really high. But it went through the neighbor, or across the neighbor's house, and up in the clouds and over the trees. It was over the trees. I mean, that's how high this thing was. Way over the trees.
Yeah, because at that point, when you left and started running out towards the road, I was like, maybe I should go check on him. Like, if he's running down the road, maybe I should jump in the truck and help him out. But I find
I was standing at the end of the driveway
with this most defeated look on your face at the end of the driveway, just watching the helicopter just fly off into the distance. And by the time I got out there to where you were at, it was gone.
Yeah.
Like, it was so far, like, you could see just a little light in the distance.
Like, I think what would happen is every now and then the body of the helicopter would spin around, and when it did, you'd see the headlight. I've never seen anything like it before in my life.
We watched it until it faded away and we couldn't see the light anymore.
Like, it's gone. It's in Virginia or somewhere by now.
It took off so fast.
Yeah, it just went whoop.
And all I could think was, somebody's going to see this thing and think that it's a UFO.
Yeah. It probably landed on somebody's house or in the back of somebody's truck.
It's like just before midnight, New Year's Eve, and there's this strange object floating through the sky. And yeah, like, who knows where it came down? Like, it probably crashed down on somebody's house or their car. Somebody's sitting there in bed going, what the heck was that?
Now, I've had that helicopter, well, I don't have it anymore, but I had that helicopter for 2 years. I never took it outside. I always flew it inside the house. That was the first time I had ever taken that helicopter outside.
And the last.
Yeah, it seriously, it just left. It went away.
So you should probably not fly Batman outside.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Just gonna throw that out there.
But that was it. It was my heartbreaking story. What do you got from 2016?
Like the whole year?
No,
or like just the end part.
You know, the end part. We haven't been on in like two and a half weeks, 3 weeks maybe. We took a little break for the holidays.
Not by choice. We were just...
Yeah, because we thought about recording at one point and it just didn't happen.
So busy. I guess we were feeling really brave and we took the kids to an OBGYN appointment.
You were feeling really brave. I suggested that I just stay home with the kids and let you go by yourself. And you weren't about that. You was like, let's make vagina time family time. But no, we took them. We took them to the doctor's appointment.
Well, we didn't have a sitter that day.
Yeah.
And, I thought that you were interested in participating in, doctor's appointments with our future child.
I feel like that's a jab. Like you're jabbing at me.
Oh, maybe just a little bit. Anyway, we didn't have anybody else to watch the kids that day, and so we had to take them with us. And it just so happened that the doctor I was seeing that day is the same doctor that delivered them. So I thought, okay,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and they do really good. They're really good kids. I mean, they're 2-year-olds, but they're really good kids. I've taken them into doctor's offices with me before, and they were really, really well behaved. Well, they get in there, and of course they're being really shy. And then as the doctor's trying to talk to me, they start to warm up, and they're really big into, what is that? What's that? And, Mama, what you doing?
Input. They want input.
What you doing? So, like, the doctor's sitting there asking me questions, and Reagan's, Mama, what you doing? Talking to the doctor, Reagan.
And
and Riley's sitting there, what's that? What's that? And we're in, an OBGYN doctor's office. Yeah. There's, like, medical things everywhere. And anyway, long story short, we end up having to move to another room to do just a quick ultrasound because she couldn't find the baby's heartbeat
Right.
at first. So we have to go do an ultrasound. But I was like, okay, that's really cool. The kids have they've seen ultrasound pictures from this baby, and they know that it's the baby, but they've never gotten to be there. So I was like, oh, this will be really cool. So we're doing the ultrasound, we find the heartbeat, everything's fine. And I'm like, look, it's the baby. And they were more interested in the light on the side of the table.
Yeah.
They were playing with this light, this little lamp thing that, swivels around to
I'm
look
looking
up
at
in
this. Yeah, I'm looking at this like going, this is
the hoo-ha region.
Yeah, this is a vagina light.
and they're like
they're just grabbing
yanking
onto it
on
and, like,
it.
Trying like it's a jungle gym.
And I'm like, look, it's your future little brother or sister up there. Look, it's a baby. No, they didn't care.
Oh, there was this thing in
They
the
didn't care.
corner of the room, that Riley was like, oh, what's that? And I turn around and I really don't know what it is. It's just it's a huge piece of equipment.
It was a microscope.
Yeah, well, I thought it was like a camera. I mean, that's how big it was. It was like a big camera. And I said that to him. I was like, I think it's a camera, buddy. And the doctor was quick to go, it's actually a microscope. And I look at it and I'm like, what the hell are you looking at in here that you need a microscope that big?
I think she said it was really old. Like, that's probably why it was so big. It was really old.
Like when, I wish I could compare it to something. Like, what is something that is roughly the same size?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to it.
It was probably about 4 feet tall.
It was on a stand.
Okay, and about 8 inches wide. I mean, it was big.
It was on a stand.
And when she said it was a microscope, I couldn't, for the life of me, think what possibly you could be looking at with a mic. Because I've seen like telescopes smaller than this thing that you could look at the moon with. The moon,
There's
which
all
is
kinds of interesting things. in
really
there.
far away. But no, the kids did really good. They were playing with the books, and then it went from like looking at the books to this is my book.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they
In
understand
the
yet.
waiting room.
That's like, they can touch things that aren't at the house, but that doesn't make it theirs.
Yeah, they each had a book, and they came up and was like, it's my book. Like, Finders Keepers.
Yeah. This is mine now.
It was just sitting here on this coffee table. Nobody's in here.
No.
Yeah. Mine.
Mine. It did surprise me though, because I always go into these things nervous. Like, I don't want to go to the doctor's office with them.
Anytime we leave the house with the kids, like, to go out in public, you're like, oh my god, it's gonna be horrible.
gonna
I
be
don't
so
know what
bad.
we're thinking. Like, and sometimes it is.
Sometimes it's bad.
But it's not,
like,
not always.
Like,
Not
honesty. Sometimes it's bad. But like you said, our kids are really well behaved to be 2 years old.
I took them to a doctor's appointment with me. I just had to get blood work done.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have anybody to watch them. And it was easier, it was more convenient anyway for me just to take them with me. All I was doing was going to get blood work. I was hopefully only going to be there for a few minutes. So like, I can take them in with me. It'll be fine. So we go in, I check in, we go sit in the waiting room, and there's like 4 like groups of people. And one of the groups was a mom and 2 kids. One looked slightly older than our kids, and one was slightly younger. And both of those kids were running around that waiting room like crazy people. I mean, just like hands in the air, screaming, ah, like just running, like for no reason, just
like our kids do when we're at home.
Yeah. But our kids, they're sitting there in the chair beside of me, both of them. I mean, silent. They're watching both of these kids just lose their minds.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like looking at me like, Mommy, what in the world? And I looked at them and I was like, I just kind of like shook my head like, that's no, we don't.
Yeah, that's not what you do
We
in
don't
public.
do that. And shortly after, they got called to the back. And as soon as they got through those doors, everybody in that waiting room started saying, oh, how old are your kids? Oh, they're so good. They're so well behaved. How do you get them to be so good? Which, makes me feel good as a parent that people are complimenting how well behaved my kids are.
Yeah. And they're 2.
Yeah, they
awesome.
sat there like perfect angels. They did. And like whenever I went back there to get blood work while I was getting blood work done, like I got them to hold my purse, which is like heavier than like the 2 of them combined, I think. So it was like on the floor, but they each stood there and like they each had a hand on my purse handle, and I was like, don't let go. And I had them hold each other's hands, and they stood right there. And then so the lady gave them a sticker because they had been so good. And I was so proud. By the time I left there, I was so proud of them. So well behaved. Not always like that, but that time they were really, really good.
I think it's going to be quite some time before I get to that point where you're like, hey, you want to go out to dinner tonight? And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go.
Oh, like with the kids?
With the kids.
Or like with just me?
Or like any, yeah, just you.
Like,
I don't
I don't want to hang out with you at all.
Yeah. We're going to, this, 2017, it's going to be a 10-year anniversary of being married.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
A whole decade.
That's a long time. I mean, it seemed like it went by really fast. That's what I meant to say.
I'm really excited about our 10-year anniversary. Like, I've said for, like, I think about 3 years now, I'm like, oh, we need to plan something really special and really big for our 10-year anniversary.
Well, you sure as hell did plan something really special.
Our due date for this baby is literally 8 days after our anniversary.
Yeah. Way to knock it out the park there, sweetheart.
So, I'm like, man, I just don't want to be in the hospital for our anniversary. I don't.
Oh, it is what it is.
So badly so that, like, the doctor was talking to me about a C-section, because I had a C-section last time. And they were like, do you want to just go ahead and plan for a C-section again? And I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm not ready to go, yeah, let's just do a C-section. But they were telling me, if you do schedule a C-section, we'll schedule you at 39 weeks, a week before my due date. So, like, for our anniversary. Yeah. And I'm like,
yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good, thanks.
Like, I don't think I want to do that.
And then if you were like, hey, just a couple days before that, boom, your birthday.
Yeah, 4 days before our anniversary is my birthday. So we're packing the schedule pretty tight for
like, these kids aren't coming out. We're going to put some super glue down there, like, seal that stuff up.
Yeah, I straight up told the doctor on the last visit, and she brought it up.
It's got to be 40 weeks.
I really like this doctor. I feel like, I can be just completely honest. And like I said, she delivered the kids. I was like, look, it's completely selfish, but I don't want to schedule a C-section at 39 weeks because it's my 10-year anniversary, and no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it, not like planning for it.
And we're not going to do anything special because you're going to be so pregnant that you can't move.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It's gonna be a good year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think like you said, it's gonna be real stressful, but
good stress.
It'll be good once the stress is over. I'm not gonna say good stress. I don't believe in that phrase. Good stress.
We're teaching the kids how to vacuum.
Yeah.
And look, to most people that might sound crazy, my kids love to help.
Yeah.
And like, I vacuumed today, and I had to vacuum the entire apartment with Riley holding on to it. It felt like it took me 2 hours to vacuum. Like, it felt like it took me forever because he's got really little legs.
Yeah.
And
and it's a small place. Like, I'm at the door and I could throw a piece of paper and hit the wall on the opposite side, and that's all we got.
Yeah, when you vacuum, you do streaks. You go forward and then backward, and he's got really little legs, so it takes a while. And he wants to help so bad. And so I try not to discourage him. So we got him toy vacuums for Christmas. Oh my gosh. And like, these they're toys. They don't have real suction, but when we got them home, like Christmas Eve night, like we were putting everything out and we realized.
You can be honest, we're playing with the stuff.
We're playing with it. And we realized it has like a brush, like a real vacuum. And when they push it, the brush turns and it will pick up stuff.
When I saw it, I was like, that brush is going to pick stuff up. Yeah.
So like, when they drop Cheerios on the floor, if they go over it with that vacuum, it'll picks them up.
Puts them in a little canister.
It's got a little cup thing that you can dump out.
Yeah. Freaking genius.
Oh my gosh.
It's genius.
Awesome. So yeah, when they like spill Cheerios all over the floor, I'm like, all right, let's
vacuum them up.
Get your vacuum.
Clean it up.
And this morning, Reagan she was vacuuming her little heart out, boy, just getting them Cheerios. But Christmas morning, they get up, Santa Claus had come, their stuff is sitting out. The vacuums weren't wrapped. They were just sitting out. They come walking out into the living room. They're holding hands. It was so precious. And they both spotted Riley's vacuum. And they run over and they both start playing with it. I mean, holding it together, they knew what to do. They know what a vacuum is. And it was so cute. Anyway, fast forward to today. I was vacuuming. Riley was trying to help me. Before he was trying to help me with his own vacuum. I brought out the vacuum cleaner and they both said, I help you. They both run and get their vacuum cleaners and it's so cute. I'm like vacuuming. They've got their vacuums and they just recently learned Cheers.
Cheers.
They learned Cheers right before New Year's, and then New Year's Eve, we did a toast at midnight and they saw everybody doing Cheers.
Yeah.
So.
And it turns out they really like champagne.
Stop. It was sparkling grape juice, and I don't even think they had any.
Put them right to sleep.
They really like to do cheers. Like, they'll randomly come up to each other with their sippy cups now. Cheers. It's so cute. But today, so all three of us have our vacuums out, and I'm vacuuming, and they're going, cheers, and like bumping into the vacuum with their vacuum. It was like bumper car vacuums, and they were just running up to me, cheers, cheers, with the vacuums. And it was like the cutest thing.
These
Like,
kids are too much, man.
it was just one of those moments where you're like, you know, gosh, you guys aggravate the crap out of me sometimes, but sometimes you do some really freaking cute things. And they were just taking turns coming up to me, and they would just bump their vacuum into mine. Cheers. And I was like, that's so cute and weird at the same time. You little cute, weird kids.
You've done a good job with them.
It's like, I don't know, like, if I can get them to say it with like an English accent, oh my gosh, how cute would that be?
Is that the next? You're going to train our kids to speak with an English accent? Is that?
It would be cute. They were doing cheers with their potty pops the other day.
I just looked at that video today, actually.
Like, it's so cute, and they just so randomly do it, but it's like, they're just like, well, anytime's a time to celebrate. Cheers. Vacuum in the house. Cheers.
You know what? I actually have a recording of it that I can play real quick so everybody
them
can
doing
hear.
cheers?
Yeah. Cheers. But that's them.
They were in their high chairs. That's why it sounds all like all the creaking. Yeah, but they were both sitting in their high chairs, and they're just like, cheers with their
And
potty
touching
pops.
the suckers together. It's awesome.
So cute. So cute.
Well, it's that time of the episode again. We got to talk some business. The first thing is we've actually got some music to feature at the end of the episode.
Do we really?
We do.
I didn't think you were going to share that video of me singing. I'm just kidding. It's not me. It's not me.
Okay, so this guy's name.
This is the musician?
Yeah, I lost it. Okay, sorry. His name is Josh Cook. That's what showed up on the email. But
If that's your real name.
if that's your real name. His I guess like the name of the music, or not like the name of the song, but like his like stage name, I guess, is Seizures Palace.
Seizures?
Yeah, like shaking.
Like epilepsy?
I guess, yeah.
Huh.
And the song is called Dark Sizzle.
Dark Sizzle?
Dark Sizzle.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Why are you gonna play it then?
No, here's the deal. It's not, the reason I'm gonna play it is because I am a musician and I listen to the song, and just because I personally...
Do you have appreciation for the song?
Yeah, I mean, like, just because it's not my type of music, like, it actually is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what he does,
I can
he's
appreciate
good.
other
he's good
types
at
of
it.
music, even though it's not my
But it's like,
personal taste.
I'm so unfamiliar with this style of music, I don't even know what it's categorized as. It's like an electronic,
I'm not down with that new stuff.
maybe if you were like
I'm old.
in a club, you know, and they were playing like, I don't know,
Like,
I am so sheltered. I don't even know what it's called, but it's
like techno?
yeah, sort
type?
of. Not like,
God, we sound so dumb.
yeah, we do.
And old. What's that new music that them kids are listening to?
But no, like if you listen to it, it's really well put together. There's no vocals. It's just like a music track. But I was really impressed.
Is it like the type of music where, like, I mean, is he actually playing an instrument, or is this like all digital?
Like I think it's all digital. I'll tell you what, I'll let you hear it for just a second. We won't put it in. I'm not gonna. I mean, this is sort of this is the start of it. But no, we're gonna put it in the end of the episode when we end. At the end of the episode when we end. Just in case you don't know where the end is, it's at the end of the episode when it ends. But if you want to check it out, just go to soundcloud.com/Seizures Palace. And I think you can also check it out on YouTube. Just search it. You know how to do that. Everybody listen to this. If you're listening to a podcast, you've definitely checked out YouTube before.
You know how to search things on YouTube, surely.
There you go. Now, patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. We got a new patron today.
I know, that's so exciting.
Andrew, welcome, sir, and thank
What
you.
up, Andrew?
We appreciate your contribution to the show and showing your support. You know, also this week, I don't know if I've done a lot of stuff with Patreon over the past week or so that I didn't even really talk to you about.
didn't, I know nothing that's going on.
The last episode we did, episode 6 on the Patreon site, Squat Cough Release is what the name of the episode is. I actually made it public. So even if you don't have a subscription, you can go check out that episode. And I put only for a week.
To see what you're missing.
Yeah, just to go see what you're missing. It's basically what we're doing here. It's just another podcast.
Well, there's definitely things that we talk about on those episodes that we don't.
Oh yeah,
talk
no,
about on
it's content that you're not getting here. But go check it out. Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. And once again, Andrew, thanks, bud. You say it too.
Thanks, bud. I feel weird saying bud. Do I have to call him bud?
No.
Thanks, man. Thanks, dude.
I'm pretty positive he is from the UK. So
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Good day. Wait, no, that was like Australian.
So, yeah, that definitely sounded Australian.
Never mind. Just forget it, Andrew. And we just lost a patron. Just that fast. Gone.
Oh my gosh. You probably insulted the man.
Now, I've got something that is kind of weird, but I don't even know how to go into this.
Oh man.
So I listen.
Wait, your definition of weird is.
Like, if I say something's weird, you take that to the bank.
Yeah. So when you're like, so this is weird, I'm like, oh god. I have no idea what to expect.
I'm getting ready to show a little bit of my ignorance, I think. I was listening to another podcast, Tell 'em Steve Dave, and I can't even remember what the context was, but somebody mentioned something about somebody getting their butthole bleached.
What?
Yeah. That's what I said. I was like, what?
Kind of like you would like ladies like bleach their mustache?
Yeah, I guess. And when they said it, nobody on the podcast kind of like had that response. Like everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I know what butthole."
Like this is a thing.
I know what butthole bleaching is. So
everybody does it.
Naturally, I went to Google.
Did you Google butthole bleaching?
And I was like, "What is butthole bleaching?" And it made me so self-conscious immediately. This is a thing. Like I dove in and studied and was like reading different articles. Apparently, this is something that was real big in the porn industry. Like, I guess females bleaching their butthole, like strippers doing it and stuff.
Well, I guess if everybody's going to be seeing it, you want it to look nice.
Yeah. So my next thought is, why? Why are you bleaching your butthole? So then I typed in, why do people get their buttholes bleached? And it turns out it's called anus bleaching.
I guess it's a proper terminology.
Apparently, it can turn brown.
Imagine that. You don't say.
And as soon as I read it, I went, oh no.
Oh god, is mine brown?
Well, believe you me, I've never looked at it.
So did you lie?
Hey. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh god, you looked.
Now, the next thing, I'm just
like envisioning you in the bathroom with like a hand.
Wait, I need you to pull it together. Pull it together. All right, look.
It hurts.
Now, I read that. You're not going to let me.
I'm so sorry. Okay, all right.
Now, I found out that the reason that people bleach their butthole is because it can turn brown. So I revamped once again my question to Google. Google, why do people's buttholes turn brown? I mean, I had a pretty good idea. I thought I knew. So now we're going to play a game, Katie.
Oh, God.
Why do you think... You need to pull it together.
I can't breathe.
We're both breathing hard and like...
My abs hurt.
So why do you think someone's... for the sake of the conversation, we'll call it a cinnamon roll... turns
Oh my god.
Turns brown.
Like, other than the obvious?
Yeah. Because the obvious ain't right.
That's not right?
No, that's what I thought. I was like, sure enough, if a turd flies past it 100 times, and that's just like,
You're like staining.
that's just like 2 or 3 days, you know? Floop, floop. So that's what I thought. I was like, oh my God, your poop can dye your butt. That's insane. So I Googled it. Google, why does your butthole turn brown? And it's not because of that at all. It's like something to do with, it's the inside of your body turning into the outside of your body. Like your innards going outwards. So the skin is different. And then like, so you've got skin coming from out of your body that's a different type than the skin that's on the outside. Is that making sense?
Yes.
And then they kind of overlap, which causes a weird color. And then it said for certain people, like the skin thickness can be thinner or thicker. And then one of the doctors explained it as it's the same thing that sort of happens to your eyes when you don't get enough sleep. Like the veins that'll come to, like your veins sort of come to the surface and it makes it look like you have dark rings around your eyeballs.
So it's like you have a dark ring around your butthole.
Right, yeah. Like a sleepy ring, like a sleepy ring butthole.
God. Oh my gosh.
So this was my lunch break at work. This is what
you do with your free time. Okay.
So then the next question I couldn't ask Google because Google wouldn't know. They're like, Google, is my butthole brown?
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, well, I got to figure it out. And, I mean, the only way you can figure it out is like you said, was I found one of your small little mirrors in the bathroom.
So you didn't do this on your lunch break?
No, this was at home the other night. And I was like, okay, well, how am I going to do this? So I kind of got, I got the mirror and I'm trying to hold it behind me. But once I put the mirror behind me, I couldn't see the mirror. So it was doing me no good. So then I was like, what if I squat down and like hold the mirror, and then I couldn't see it again. So I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. I laid the mirror on the ground.
Oh my god.
And then tried to like hover over it.
Did you use like the like big hand mirror lamp?
No, it was like a little silver compact mirror. Yeah. I should have gone.
I should have
gone bigger, huh?
Yeah, it's bigger. And one side has like the magnifying mirror. I don't know if that would have helped.
I don't know that I want to look at my butthole with a magnifying mirror.
I don't really want to look at mine at all. So, I mean, you're pretty brave.
But, as it turns out, maybe because I'm, fat, I couldn't see it. So I still don't know.
The world may never know.
I still don't know the outcome. So my question is, you want to help me with that?
No, I absolutely do not. I promise, like, sickness and health and all that mess, but ain't nobody said nothing about checking your butthole.
I'm just curious. I want to know if my cinnamon ring is.
So what if it is? Are you going to go get it bleached?
No, not at all.
Alright,
I'm okay with it. Because, you've never looked at it before.
If there's there's no end game, then,
Pun intended or not intended? Or
So I think it's one of those things that's better left unknown.
Yeah.
Unless you are trying to tell me that you're going into a new profession.
What new profession could I possibly be
one of the
going
ones
into?
you listed before that needs butthole bleaching.
If times ever get that hard, pun intended, I'm probably just not. I'm just gonna run away. I'm not doing.
Run away.
I'm not doing.
Well, you better take a few kids, would you?
I'm not. I'm not doing any profession where I got to bleach the cinnamon ring. It's not happening.
You look. I really like cinnamon rolls, and you're gonna ruin it for me. So you gotta stop saying that. Yeah, you're gonna ruin it. I kind of want one right now, but not because I'm associating them with your butt. It's because they're delicious.
They are delicious.
And I'm pregnant, and if you talk about food in front of me, usually I'm like, I want that. Right now.
We gotta talk about one more thing before we sign off. Episode 60, I think, was the episode where I had the bowl with a little fake roach in it. Mm-hmm. And then I decided to start trading the roach for different items. And we ended up with a piggy coin purse thing. Mm-hmm. It was kind of cool. And then we have traded that now to Miss Kara, who traded us for a personal ice cream maker.
I kind of want to open it and play with it.
And not only it's brand new in the box, sealed. So that is going to be the next thing.
In box.
Yeah, it's mint in box.
We can make mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream?
Yeah.
Should we stop the trade now and just start making ice cream? We could just start making it and selling it. Oh my God, we're going to be rich.
Why can't you just make it and enjoy it?
You know my mind don't work that way.
I know. I know.
I was just in the bathroom 2 nights ago trying to look at my butthole. I think on a different level than you normal people.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying it's a better level. I'm just saying it's a different level. But no, that's going to be the next item that we try to trade up. I think it's going pretty well so far. It's kind of funny and enjoyable at the same time. The only problem
Who
is...
doesn't want a personal ice cream maker?
Yeah, well, the issue is I lost it. I don't know where it's at. Somewhere between meeting the person, going to my parents' house, the holidays, New Year's. It's going... Do you think you know where it's at?
You're a man. You can't find... You couldn't find your own butthole.
So as Katie silently and gracefully insults me as she walks away, I think she's going to go... I don't think she can breathe. She may know where the ice cream maker is. You found it. Oh, sweet. Yeah, let me see it.
I didn't even have to look hard.
Where was it at?
Your closet.
It was in my closet?
Yeah, it was right beside your stack of white shirts. I remember.
Okay.
I remember I saw it the other day.
It's called Ice Cream Magic. Makes ice cream in 3 minutes. But, I can't see the directions, but it looks like you put the stuff inside of it.
It's as seen on TV.
Yeah. And you shake it. It even comes with a little spoon. Look at this. It's got a little spoon on the inside that looks like an ice cream
so
cone.
cute.
And you scoop it out of there.
That's so cute.
I really want to try it. We have a gently used ice cream maker that we're going to be trading. Maybe when we find somebody to trade, like I'll send them a message and you go,
Like,
do you mind?
We're going to open this.
Do you mind if we try it before we bring it? We'll clean it.
Try it out.
We'll clean it. No, but it is mint in box and I'm going to post that for trades. Anybody in our local area, which is, Brunswick County, Wilmington area, feel free to reach out to us. It's not that we want to, exclude people, our listeners in England or anything like that.
You can be wherever, you could be on the other side of the world if you come here.
And we'll ship it, but you're paying for shipping because I think the shipping probably costs more. It probably costs more to ship this to England than what it costs to buy this thing. So, but it actually is really, really cool. And if you have kids, I think that's who it's geared towards, but.
Well, that's okay. I want to use it.
I know. I think I might go buy one just for me. I don't want to take it out of what we're doing
It's
here.
one of those things you buy it, you say it's for the kids, but it's really because you want it.
Yeah. But that chocolate ice cream on it kind of looks like that poop emoji.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there it is. Ice Cream Magic. Thank you, Kara, for your lovely, lovely trade. Anything else?
No.
Well, here we are. 2017. Let's try to make it great. Go out there in the world. Find your laugh.
Find your happy.